What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm eBike Builder, and usually I'm doing e-bike things, but in this video we're going to explore some other topics that have been on my mind for a while. So you guys know how I don't know, like 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, like TikTok first started taking off, and then all of a sudden, like, everybody, oh, TikTok is all crazy, right? And then all of a sudden YouTube, they have to make shorts, and YouTube, it was like they dropped everything that they're doing, and now shorts are the most important thing, right? And it's like it's just like for the last 4 years it's been like literally nothing matters on YouTube other than shorts. Like the only way that I can drive traffic to my videos and gain subscribers is like you have to make shorts and then link it to the related video, and then, like, I don't know. But so my theory here, I've been trying to figure out, is like, why did YouTube just like drop everything? Like, and it's not just YouTube, like Facebook did it too. Like everybody saw what TikTok was doing, and then they dropped everything that they were doing, and all of a sudden everything is just all about shorts videos, and it's like this thing on your phone that just never ends, and like it's just like you open up your phone and you're just like, ooh, like staring at it like a zombie. It's like, what is going on with shorts videos? And I've thought about this a lot because it, like, in my opinion, just like totally ruined YouTube. Like, I can't even watch YouTube anymore. It never shows me anything I want to see. It's just all this nonsense. And like, it's weird. Like, YouTube, it does seem like it tries to expose me to smaller creators, but they're just like these weird channels with like 5 subscribers, and the video has like 4 views, and it comes up in my feed, and it's like, this is all that YouTube has to show me. Like, I don't know what's going on. But so here's the theory, guys. My theory as a software developer and just like a skeptic in general is that it's not just about money, and like it's not just about like the financial success and like the business of shorts. Like, there's something else going on here, like an underlying motivation for the whole thing, right? Because if you think about Google, like Google, they rose to prominence through search, right? And so the search, it's a service that provides value to the users, and then Google just gives it away for free, right? But we all know that, like, nothing comes free in life. Like, if you're getting something for free, you are the product, right? And so the reason that Google got so big is like they gave out a service for free that was useful to people, but then that becomes successful and they're making money from that, and they have that, and they're sitting there and they're like, well, now we have search and everybody's using it and it works great, so what can we do? And then this is where like the bean counters start coming in and screwing things up. This is where Susan shows up and starts doing more, like, she wants YouTube Shorts to be the only thing on YouTube. But it's like, why all of a sudden is this everything about shorts? And so my theory that we're going to explore here in this video in just a second, I'm going to have the robot AI voices talking, is that I think that what's actually going on with short form video is like TikTok, they were onto something, and then everybody else is like, oh man, like we need to get onto that too. And so what I think is going on is that these shorts, like, it's hard. Like, one thing about long form videos is like a huge file. Like, when I upload a file, it's just giant, like an hour long bike ride, it'll be like 50 gigabytes, right? So there's just like, there's that aspect of it where like YouTube doesn't want long videos because they just take up more data and more bandwidth and more disk space on their servers. And if everybody is recording hour long e-bike rides and just uploading them, and then there's only like 10 people watching it, right? Like, there's like YouTube, if I just think, like, if YouTube can't make money on videos, especially long videos, like, it's just gonna bury them. But so, like, I want to explore what is going on with these shorts. Why did everybody drop everything that they're doing, and all everything is about shorts? And my theory that I hypothesized to this AI here is that what they're doing is they're trying to get everybody watching these shorts, and they're trying to use AI to model human attention and like study human attention and figure out how can we just get people glued to the screen. Like, what is it about videos? where people just can't, like, they're just like glued to it, right? And they can't stop watching, because that's what they want. They just want people to open up their shorts and just sit there like a zombie, like scrolling all day, and then maybe every once in a while they click on a link to an ad or like some product or something and buy it, like. And then so also it's not just like studying and modeling human tension, it's also creativity, right? So it's like it's studying and modeling human attention and creativity through short form videos, right? Because if they like when you got to distill things down to like the basic essentials. So they don't want to have like hour-long videos that they need to analyze with AI. Like, they just want a 60-second video, and they want to figure out the secret sauce to it, right? Like, how do we get people glued to it, just stuck to it, and so they can't even move? But then once they have that, it's like, well, how can we do more with it, right? Like Google, with the Google search. It's not just about search anymore, right? When you, like, think about Google. Like, everybody in the world goes to Google, and they type in the questions that they're thinking and what they want to know. It's not just a search engine. It's like a global mind-reading engine, right? And it's like, what are people searching for everywhere in the world? Like, what is everybody thinking everywhere in the world and typing into Google? And they have that, right? And they'll serve out the search results, but it's not even about the search results anymore, right? It's like you have a global mind-reading device. So what, like, let's jump in here to the deep dive. Like, here's my hypothesis and my theory. The AI attention creativity hypothesis. Let's go. Let's listen to this. I haven't even listened to it yet. It took it like 20 minutes to crunch this out. Here we go.
You know how everyone's always scrolling through TikTok and Reels and YouTube Shorts?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it feels like everyone's just glued to their phones, just totally hooked on these short videos.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you wonder, like, what is it about these short videos?
Yeah.
You know, what is it about this format that just totally grabs our attention?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've definitely found myself kind of losing track of time,
Wow.
just sucked into that endless scroll. It's like they've cracked some kind of code.
Yeah, totally. And today we are going to deep dive into that, like how these platforms are using AI. It's almost like they're building this AI mirror to understand what makes us tick, what makes us, watch and like and share.
That's a really interesting way to put it, an AI mirror. Like they're trying to understand us through our interactions with these videos.
Exactly. And we'll look at the research, how this AI is analyzing our behavior. And then the really crazy thing is it's even trying to model creativity.
Wow. Yeah, that is pretty wild. Like, how can you even begin to model something as complex and human as creativity?
Yeah.
It really makes you think about what creativity even is.
Yeah, and what are the implications of that? Like, if AI can understand creativity, can it then replicate it?
Yeah.
And what does that mean for us?
But what does that mean for the future of content creation?
Right.
Like, are we all just going to be watching AI-generated content?
Exactly. And we'll also look at, like, why these platforms are doing this. What's their motivation? Is it all about ad revenue? Or is there something more to it?
Yeah, there's so many layers to this. It's going to be fascinating to unpack it all.
Exactly. So let's start with this whole idea of attention spans, right? You've probably heard that thing about how our attention spans are now shorter than a goldfish.
Oh, yeah, I remember reading that somewhere. It's got a scary thought, isn't it? Like, we can't even focus on anything for more than a few seconds.
No, actually, that's a myth. That whole goldfish thing came from a misinterpreted study by Microsoft back in 2015.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So our attention spans aren't actually shrinking?
Not exactly. Research suggests it's more about our attention evolving and becoming more selective. Like, we're bombarded with so much information all the time that we have to be more discerning about what we pay attention to.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. So it's not that we can't focus. It's just that we're choosing to focus on things that are more immediately engaging.
Right. And short form video is like perfectly designed for this. It's all about quick hits of dopamine.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that, like, if a video doesn't grab me in the first few seconds, I'm just swiping to the next one.
Exactly. And there's actually a study from Baylor University that showed that trending TikTok sounds can increase dopamine levels by like 35% more than just listening to regular music.
Wow, that's a huge difference. So it's not just the visuals, it's the audio, too, that's designed to hook us.
Exactly. And then there's the visual side of things, too. Like, Nielsen found that videos with, like, 3 or more scene changes within the first 3 seconds have way higher completion rates.
Oh, wow. So it's all about keeping things moving, constantly giving us something new to look at every few seconds.
Right, and it's not just random scene changes either. Like, they're using really sophisticated editing techniques to tell these micro stories that are like super engaging and keep us coming back for more.
Yeah, like those really quick cuts and transitions and text on screen and all those things that keep you glued to your phone. It's like a whole new language of storytelling.
Exactly, and all of that engagement, all of that data about what we watch and like and share is being fed into these AI algorithms.
Right. It's like they're constantly tracking everything we do, every swipe, every comment. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah, and they're using all of that data to build these complex machine learning models that shape our personalized feed. So you know how you're always seeing videos that you're like eerily interested in?
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, how did TikTok know I was obsessed with miniature cooking videos? It's kind of freaky.
Well, that's the AI at work. It's analyzing your past behavior and predicting what you're most likely to engage with and then feeding you more of that.
It's like a never-ending loop of content tailored just for me.
Exactly. And the AI is also looking for broader trends and formats that are resonating across the platform. So like if a certain type of video is suddenly getting a ton of views and shares, the AI is going to pick up on that and start showing you more of that type of content.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just about my individual preferences. It's also about what's popular in the wider community.
Exactly. And it's not just the obvious things that the AI is tracking either. Like it's using something called an attention mechanism to actually analyze what parts of a video are holding our attention.
An attention mechanism. What does that mean?
So think about it like this. You're at a party, right? And there's music playing and people talking all around you, but you're able to focus on the conversation you're having with the person in front of you.
Right. Yeah, I can tune out all the background noise and just focus on the one person I'm talking to.
Exactly. And that's kind of what the AI is doing. It's analyzing the different parts of a video, the visuals, the audio, the text, and figuring out which combinations are most effective at capturing and holding our attention.
Wow, that's pretty sophisticated.
Yeah.
So it's not just tracking whether we watch a video or not. It's actually analyzing how we watch it moment by moment.
Exactly. And there have actually been studies comparing AI and human gaze patterns, like where our eyes are focusing on the screen. And it turns out that the AI is actually pretty good at predicting what parts of a video people will find memorable.
So it's like the AI is learning to see what we find engaging. That's kind of creepy, but also really cool.
Yeah, it really is. And all of this leads to like a really big question. Can AI actually grasp something as complex and nuanced as creativity?
Right. Like, I get how AI can analyze data and predict behavior, but creativity seems like something that's inherently human,
Hmm.
you know? Like, it comes from our experiences, our emotions, our unique perspectives.
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of debate about that. Some people believe that true creativity is inextricably linked to human consciousness and experience something that AI can never truly replicate.
Yeah, like that spark of inspiration, that feeling of awe when you create something truly original that seems like something that's beyond the reach of algorithms.
Right, but at the same time, AI has made some pretty remarkable progress in generating its own content. Like we're seeing AI create music, compose poetry, write scripts, even generate realistic images and videos.
Yeah, I've seen some of those AI-generated images, and they're pretty amazing. Like, it's hard to believe they weren't created by a human artist.
Right, and there are even tools now that can transform longer videos into those short, engaging clips that are perfect for TikTok or Reels.
So it's like AI is taking over every aspect of content creation, from generating the raw materials to editing and optimizing it for different platforms.
Exactly, and that brings us back to that debate about creativity. Like, is AI a threat to human creativity, or is it actually a tool that can enhance and augment our creative abilities?
Yeah, it's like that old saying about technology. It's not good or bad, it's all about how we use it.
Exactly, and some people see AI as this incredible creative partner. Like it can handle the more technical aspects of content creation, like editing and formatting and optimizing, freeing up human creators to focus on the more conceptual and emotional aspects of their work.
Oh, I like that idea. Like, AI takes care of the grunt work and humans provide the heart and soul.
Exactly. And there are already a lot of examples of AI being used in this way, like musicians using AI to help them compose new melodies, filmmakers using AI to generate special effects artists using AI to create new visual styles.
So it's really about finding that synergy between human and artificial intelligence.
Right, and figuring out how we can use these tools to push the boundaries of creativity in new and exciting ways.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to be a creative, that's for sure.
Totally. And so let's shift gears a bit and talk about why these platforms are so invested in all of this,
Yeah.
Like, why are they pouring so much time and resources into developing these AI models?
It's like, what's in it for them?
Well, a big part of it is definitely hyper-personalization.
Uh-huh.
The more the AI understands about our individual preferences and behaviors, the better it can tailor our feeds to keep us engaged.
And the more engaged we are, the more ads we see, the more money they make.
Right. Exactly. And there's also the efficiency aspect of it. Like AI can automate a lot of the tasks that used to be done by humans,
Mhm.
like editing videos, creating thumbnails, even writing captions.
So that saves them money and time and resources.
Right. And then there's the whole trend prediction thing. Like
Mhm.
AI can analyze massive amounts of data to identify emerging trends before they even really take off.
That's really interesting. So they can basically get ahead of the curve and start promoting content that's likely to go viral.
Exactly. And that can give them a huge advantage in the constantly evolving world of online content.
It's like they have a crystal ball that tells them what's going to be hot next week.
Yeah, kind of. And all of this stuff, the personalization, the automation, the trend prediction, it all contributes to their bottom line. It
Yeah.
helps them attract more users, generate more engagement, and ultimately make more money.
So it's really a win-win for them, right? They get
Mhm.
to provide a more personalized and engaging experience for users, and they get to increase their profits.
Exactly. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
There are definitely some potential downsides to this whole AI-driven content ecosystem.
Right. Like what happens when the AI gets so good at creating content that it's hard to distinguish from human-made content?
Yeah, that's a big concern. Like, we might start to see a decline in authenticity and trust. If we're constantly being bombarded with content that's been algorithmically optimized to manipulate our emotions, it's going to be hard to know what's real and what's not.
Yeah, it's like we're already seeing this with deepfakes and other forms of AI-generated misinformation. And as the technology gets more sophisticated, it's only going to get harder to tell the real from the fake.
Exactly. And this also raises some big questions for human creators.
Mhm.
Like, what happens when AI can create content that's just as good, if not better, than what humans can create?
Yeah, like, will there even be a need for human creators in the future? Will we all just be consuming AI-generated content?
It's a scary thought, isn't it? Like, what happens to art and creativity and expression when it's all being driven by algorithms?
It's like we're at a crossroads right now. We have this incredibly powerful technology that has the potential to both enhance and diminish our humanity.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to decide how we want to use it.
Yeah. And to be mindful of the potential consequences, both positive and negative.
Exactly. And to keep asking these tough questions about the role of technology in our lives and in our culture.
So let's bring it back to that idea of the AI mirror that we talked about at the beginning. It seems like these platforms are using short form video as this massive experiment to gather data and train AI to understand and potentially replicate the very essence of what makes us human, our attention, our creativity, our emotions.
It's almost like they're holding up this mirror to humanity, trying to see ourselves through the lens of AI. And the reflection is both fascinating and a little bit unsettling.
Yeah, it really is. And it makes you wonder, what happens if the content we consume increasingly reflects an AI's interpretation of what engages us rather than purely human expression?
Right, like what does that mean for the future of online culture and for our own understanding of what truly captivates us?
It's definitely something to think about.
Definitely.
Well, that was a really thought-provoking deep dive. I think we covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah, it's amazing how much there is to unpack with this topic, and I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah, me too. But hopefully this gave our listeners a better understanding of the forces that are shaping their online experience.
Exactly, and
Uh,
hopefully it sparks some curiosity and maybe even a little bit of healthy skepticism about the role of AI in our lives.
Absolutely, and I think that's a good place to leave it for today. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
My pleasure. Always great to chat with you.
And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
All right, guys. Well, there it is. There's the theory. The AI mirror, modeling human attention and creativity through short form video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What is going on with all these short videos? Like, what is the deal? And ultimately, what is the underlying end goal? Like, what are they trying to do here? What are they gonna do to us once they get us all glued to our phones staring at these short videos all day long? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time on the E-Bike Builder channel.